Hello, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the heroic Townsfolk miniature set from Wildspire. This was a kickstarted miniature set that focused on Bazaar and weird Townsfolk miniatures. All sorts of weirdos you would find in town. It's a very interesting mix of miniatures, and the sculpt is really well done. More on that later. But yeah, you get 18 in this set, and there's some real interesting ones in here, including these two goblins that are hiding out in town, a halfling drinking a big old normal-sized beer, a very angry baker wielding a rolling pin, the classic, and a plague doctor. I love these plague doctor miniatures that we're seeing nowadays. So cool. And perhaps the most inspired miniature out of the bunch, this spy miniature hiding in a shrubbery. What a great idea for a miniature. We have a lovely traveling miniature here, just a regular NPC traveling off somewhere. A catfolk person in a cool-looking jacket, a nice tabaxi perhaps. Some normal-looking townsfolk with some attitude in their pose, which is always good. Some nice NPCs with authority, which is always useful in your game to have authority figures / guards there for when things go amok. And a goblin librarian / scholar. A very interesting looking guy, definitely more in tone with the Pathfinder goblins than the D&D ones, but still an interesting sculpt. A dwarven smith who will definitely fit in well with any number of dwarves from any number of sets, and a bizarre looking orc / I don't know what this thing is. Very bizarre looking, and some more generic townsfolks, some scholars, guards, and a big old captain guy. And this sort of shrimpy Tiefling Barkeep. I already have a Barkeep, but I kind of like the Tiefling guy here. These are gonna have some mold lines, as with all miniatures in this price range. You will have to scrape or file those down before priming. So here's something interesting that I didn't know. The guy who designed these is MZ4250. I'm shocked this Kickstarter wasn't a bigger deal because he's very well known as a 3D designer. You know, I've met that guy. I actually met that guy at the only convention that I've ever been to. This was the Mace convention, and he actually gave me this little sticker. No point other than yeah, I guess it's just a small world. I recently did a painting stream where I speed painted 5 of these, and you know what? After a paint job, even as simple and quick as this, these look great and certainly table ready. I especially enjoyed the disgusting kind of dirty effect I managed to achieve on the goblin cloak here. If you're interested in watching that painting stream, I will link it in the description below. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of really interesting miniatures. The two goblins hiding in a cloak, I mean, this is basically a plot hook right here. And the Tiefling Barkeep, certainly I probably should have taken a little bit more time rather than just done the speed paint thing on him, because he's a much more interesting miniature than I first gave him credit for. But again, still table ready even with a speed paint like this. Of course, I gotta work on my shrubbery painting. I've not really painted that much foliage and whatnot, but this spy miniature is certainly a fun miniature, and I can already think of a half dozen ways to use him during my games. And of course, we have the halfling here. I am actually 100% going to go back and finish painting this one, because even though I speed painted this halfling, I think this deserves to have a much better paint job. You know, in fact, I might actually retouch all of these up, but I think the halfling in particular is a very nice sculpt and definitely deserves a full paint job and not just the speed paint that you are seeing right now. So here's the bad news, people. Unfortunately, it took me so long to get this video out because I was working on other stuff that these are no longer available on the Wildspire website, and they are no longer available on Amazon. They were on sale during around Black Friday, I think, and I think they just completely sold out because they're not around anymore. However, it's not all bad news. there is a second set that is available right now on Amazon. I ordered mine already. I will show those off as soon as I can. This is the Heroes and Animal Companions miniature set. It is sold out on the Wildspire website, but it is available on Amazon. It's got some incredibly interesting miniatures in there, including a lot of really cool animal miniatures. It's got an elephant miniature, which is definitely not common, and it's got some very interesting takes on some exotic heroes and stuff. And also it's got a cat sitting on a crown. I mean, you cannot get better than that. I'm happy that I'm getting these miniatures, but as I remember, I didn't take a look at this Kickstarter because the title of the Kickstarter led me to believe that this was just an STL thing. I thought, okay, well, this is just for the STL files, so I can't be involved in this because I don't have a 3D printer. But no, the Kickstarter was for the miniatures, so I guess I gotta read a little bit more carefully, but there's just been so many 3D print-only Kickstarters out there that I just kind of zoom by some of these. So once again, I have failed you. I have failed my community by not reviewing these miniatures in time, and now they're sold out, perhaps forever. I don't know. Maybe these will be back, maybe not. I do not know. All I know is that I will take a look at the second set of heroes and animal miniatures, and I'm very excited because MZ4250 also was involved in the design in some of these miniatures as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the finalized product is like when it finally gets shipped to me. Hey, thank you for stopping by the channel. I am going to be taking a look at some of the other inexpensive miniatures from independent companies that have cropped up on Amazon and other places like that. If you know of any lines of miniatures or anything else that you want me to review, let me know in the comments below.
Have a great day, and as always, thank you for watching the video.